And my understanding is that the buyer, the the person who's structuring this deal and putting their name against the SBA loan is signing a personal guarantee.
That's correct. Yeah. So actually, anybody over a 19% shareholding has to sign the personal guarantee, but you can insure that. So there's a product in the United States called a surety bond, which is, think of it like personal guarantee insurance. It's about 3% of the size of the personal guarantee. And it's paid over 10 years, and the premium comes down every year as the loan gets amortized. But what's really interesting about the SBA is 92% of all SBA deals are successful. Only 8% of those deals get delinquent. And there's actually never been a case of the SBA or the bank calling in a personal guarantee from a borrower, because remember, you've got the 80% federal guarantee. So let's say you do a deal, 5 million, you're 2 years in, there's, $3.5 million left on the loan, and the business failed for whatever reason. Then what would happen is the bank would go to the SBA and they would get the 80% loan guarantee on the original loan value. So that's why virtually all these deals are successful and PGs don't get called in, because of the way the federal guarantee works. But having said that, for an entrepreneur or a first-time business owner to be saying, hey, you've got to personally guarantee this loan, that can be a thing that stops them sleeping, right? So that's why the personal guarantee insurance market, aka the surety bond market, allows entrepreneurs to kind of de-risk that kind of investment.
How do they underwrite that?
So presumably they're going to look at the and it's exactly the same really as the SBA would vet a deal. So they're looking at the caliber and the skills of the buyer. Are they from that industry? Do they have the experience, et cetera, et cetera? But then they're also going to look at the underlying, financial performance of the business. Is it a business that's growing? Does it have good margins? Does it cash flow? Is it in a market that's ripe for expansion? And combining it with the quality of the buyer, does that buyer have the chops to really affect the growth and do all these different things? So and that underwriting process goes alongside the SBA's underwriting of the actual acquisition. So guys like State Farm, Liberty Mutual, the surety bond providers, they're looped in to that underwriting process as the bank and the SBA do the deal underwriting. So as long as the bank and the SBA sign off the deal, the surety bond provider then just goes along with it, which is great.
It sounds almost too good to be true.
Well, I suppose it is. But what I think it's down to, John, is in this country, and I think you've done a phenomenal job of changing this dynamic, right, with your build to sell and all the things that you do. But we're in a scenario now in this country, in America, where there's far too many businesses for sale than there are buyers.